It's so weird, there's a little lag between the cameras. Anyway, is the external mic on? Didn't check that, so I like the professionals, I gotta check after starting the stream. What I gotta do. Yeah, Gregor, I always see you like on every live stream there is. If it's Brian or Unexpected Maker or me or David Watts. Okay. I need to change the profile of yeah, the YouTube profile so I can check the live stream. I didn't want to see that. Okay. This is live. Check yes. The live stream. I didn't want to. Okay, cool. So that works. That's all good then. I'm going to start just to unpack what I got in the bill of material package that I won from the Hack Like Hack thing. Yeah. So this is the tiny box that I got. Should I tweet about this? I'm planning a marathon of streams this weekend because I need to work on the thing, and if there's someone there in the chat asking, hey, what you doing, and hey, how can we help, maybe that works. Maybe it's a huge distraction, I don't know, but I thought, hey, I didn't stream for a while, and I don't think I would stream if I wouldn't stream this exactly, the project. So I'm filming as well. Yes, that's running, so that's good. So far I have like 6 minutes now for the video, and we need about 12 or 18. Should I talk a bit about the contest? So Ben Hack is Ben Hack will leave the show. I'm not sure if Karen and Ben will take over, but so Element 14 is looking for creators on YouTube, and their idea of finding people is like having this huge contest, and the first round was an audition video where 10 of those who sent in the audition tape were able to win the bill of material, the list of parts basically that Ben had used for his latest project. So I was one of the lucky ones. And today the package arrived. There was the packages have been sent like last Friday the National for America packets went out, and on Monday the internationals went out. What do I do about my PC? Oh, it's working, but it looks fine. Maybe I need a fan later. Drop frames. Oh yeah, we're dropping frames. So I need to edit the settings a bit. Let's see. Is it getting better? 2198. So I'm not dropping frames. Okay, so Gregor, you asked a question there, can I? Okay. It's my opinion on Ben to Life, Ben Heckshaw. I don't really understand that. Yes, Rory O'Connor, you're one of the... Did you win the package as well? I know you're one of the contestants as well, but I'm not sure about the... Newark Electronics. So I just unpack everything and put it on the table, and then we can unwrap everything. Rory. What? Okay, let's start with this one to get it out of the way. Alright. This is this is a 12-inch by 12-inch PCB, basically. Not in the top 10, but yeah, sorry for that, Rory, but I think I need to check what your idea was. Maybe you can just write what your idea of the project is. Do you still participate? Do you still want to build stuff? Okay, Pi 1 A+. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I will use the Raspberry Pi Zero W, because yeah, it's smaller and it has everything in there. Okay, what do we have here? A 16 gigabyte Java powered SD card. Okay, there's Snoops on there. Still working it out. Okay. Yeah. I think I've started from the wrong side. I've started from the outside with the case and everything, and now that I have everything, I can try to make it fit. And I don't think that's the optimal way to do stuff like that, but I didn't have the parts, so couldn't do much. Okay, so this is the battery. This is the 40-pin TFT breakout. That's an amplifier. And another one. Yeah, it's the same ID, but we have two Class D amps. Aren't they stereo? They're stereo already, so I'm not gonna do a 4-channel oh yeah, speakers, that's nice. I'm not gonna do a 4-channel console. You're fairly new to electronics. I think I'm going to check out your audition tape again. Okay, what is that? We have some resistors. I don't know why. Why do we have resistors? Use the power boost for the charging of the batteries. Yeah, good at breaking stuff. Who isn't? Yeah, break like heck. I don't think he breaks that much stuff. Well, except for N64 controllers. Are we good on the frame dropping? Looks like it. Okay. Oh yeah, soft buttons. They aren't that soft. I don't like the clicky buttons. So, no, I'm not gonna use them. Okay, so what do we have here? That should be the screen, and it is. Okay, so there's a touch thingy on there. I think I won't use that, so bit maniac. Ah, Oh, are you the one with the being like the being John Malkovich parody thing? PSX. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of the SNES theme it started with. Maybe that's why nobody is using the PSX. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, video edition is right. Being Van Hackett, right? Okay, yeah. So I think it was a bit too edgy for getting the message along, like doing the builds and stuff. So well, not edgy, but experimental. Maybe that. It's probably cool thing to try out when you want to try out stuff. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I wanted to bring back the MacGyver character, but yesterday when I was at the copy shop to do the screen bezels, my buddy didn't have that much time, so we had to skip that, and I need to find a way to write a different sketch, maybe film that somewhere else with someone else. Yeah, so Rory, how far are you with the project? I don't have that much time anymore because it's Easter soon, and my sister is coming to town, so I don't know when else to build this thing. So let's see about that. That's a huge USB 3 hub, what we have here. It's like, why? I'm not sure if I have shown everything because I was concentrating on the camera that's filming, but so the amp and another amp. Dolby surround consoles coming soon. The power boost, the battery, and it's just one, is it? Okay, but it's a huge one. So it's going to be tricky to center that, like center the weight, make it. I thought there were two batteries. Well, never mind. The breakout, SD card, Raspberry Pi, speaker. No idea what the resistors are for. And the buttons. Okay. Oh yeah, and some cables. And this monstrous... Is that for wiring? That's probably for wiring. Whew. Okay, so let me grab the other parts that I've printed. How do we get this out of the way? As far as I can get it. Put the Raspberry Pi away. Get rid of one of the ends. Maybe they break fast. I don't know. Battery. I haven't seen that many people posting about their projects. So far there's stuff from the Noble guy. He does post on Instagram some pictures and has one or two logs on the community platform. The Bald Engineer has posted some stuff already. The Mr. Wong guy. He posted stuff. Okay. Is that the right one? I'm not sure. Okay, we need the pink. The reels of ribbon. What is the typo? There's ribbon cable in there, if that's what you mean. It's like two types. The thicker one and then a smaller one. Okay, so I'm not sure which one was the one that fits anymore, so I should not throw them away, but I should put it aside. That must be the one. And that's a bit wobbly, is it? This one? Or this one? Oh, too much play in that one. Okay. This, and we get rid of that. Oh, hello there. Messed up. That's the guy with the always changing title, I guess. Isn't it? You're a mod, so you must be. Yeah, I haven't announced the chat, the stream, so hello to everyone who's joining. I'm just working here. You can hop on, hop off, however you like. So that's upside down. What do we have? Okay, so the basic parts I have right now. This is the bottom centerpiece, and at one point, this one, that's the cartridge reader. I have another one almost ready. It's a bit flatter. Flatter? It's more flat. I've already talked too much today, so the English can't get any better, only worse. So yeah, but this one fits nice. It's the cartridge reader, and as you can see, there are still the SPI headers on there, and this one isn't the best solution. So yeah, that's why I've soldered the second one. And so then there are the shoulder buttons. This one isn't as loose as I want it to be, and this one is maybe a bit too loose. So I currently have no way of putting it together, like there's no screws connecting the parts, but I also didn't want to print the part like 20 centimeters wide, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how I will print it in the last revision to put it back together. I think for now I'm just gonna glue it together. Maybe leave it like that, let it dry for until tomorrow, and I'm gonna program stuff, make the rest work. So this looks pretty nice. Originally I wanted to print everything in gray, like the Game Boy gray. I also went to a store that sells PLA, and they do their own plastic and everything, and I found this really cool looking gray, and then I've put it into the 3D printer, and it wasn't printing. So it got stuck in the extruder, and I tried the print, like I tried 7 times, and it didn't want to print. So I had to change the color basically. So I have this really cool neon pink, and I've always thought, okay, the pink and the blue fit good together for Switch theme. So I went for the black Switch theme. There's still some this part printed like that, and as you can see, the raft that I printed on left some marks. Okay. Okay. And if you heat this, then it will fade back to black again. And the same goes for the other color parts. So I'm going to heat treat it, and then it looks pretty cool. Maybe I can show the difference. Yeah, that's one of the first parts. So if you compare that, okay. So this one here, come on, focus. Yeah, this one here isn't heat treated, and this one is. Okay, TextMate. You're TextMate. You're the one who said the last time that you changed your name again, didn't you? You're doing that on Twitter as well, or not? Okay, so what would be next? There's still a piece missing here that holds the shoulder buttons. Yeah, about acetone. So I've used it. I mainly use acetone to just glue the parts together that are ABS. I'm not sure about the HIPS if it sticks to ABS treated parts. Sorry, acetone treated parts. So I won't do that. And the print quality itself was pretty good. So it has a bit of a rough texture, but all in all it's pretty okay. So this isn't heat treated as well, so you see some white knobs, but I think I have the same part in blue that is heat treated. So this is for me like the best way it can look. There. Yeah, so this is just, it's a very clean print, so I don't need to fuzz around with acetone. And I've had parts that bend because of the acetone, or they just felt sticky all the time, and that's not something I want in a handheld. So if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. Yeah. Okay, so we have that, and this one as well. I need to clean up the 3D printed posts here. They also go through the PCB that I've designed, but the print is a bit unclean at that point, so it doesn't fit right on. I have to just clean that up a bit. Anyway. So no, not that one, but this one. Let's push it together a bit. No, okay. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. I have this border, and it won't fit the frame anymore. The first time I had this part here, on this edge. So now I'm running into problems because I need to go into the frame, so I need to just cut it off a bit. Otherwise I should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so let's put it on here. And let's put the screen on here, so that's how it will look. Let me just move the camera around a bit. Center that. Okay, so see ya and good luck if we don't see us again. So thanks for joining. Okay. So let's unwrap the screen. Just check if the fitting is alright. Should I or should I not? I should. Let me grab my anti-static wristband thing. Hacker man. Okay. USB hub. Let's hope I didn't crash the Raspberry Pi right now. Okay. Hey, Gustavo. How are you doing? Sorry for just disappearing into the blackness of the room. I was just wrapping myself to ground, to earth, because there's this huge sticker. Oh. Attention. Yeah, I don't want to zap that. That would be so bad. Okay, so how are things? Oh boy, okay. Okay, kinda. Well, I'm okay, you asked, so I have to respond. I'm trying to so today is the first day that I got all the materials together for the Raspberry Pi console that I want to build for the Hack Like Hack contest. And I'm just trying to place everything and see if everything fits like it's supposed to. And maybe I'll need to change some files. This doesn't look good. Oh, didn't say a thing. So maybe I'll remove the touch screen if that is possible. Not so sure about it yet. There we go. in like Flynn. Oh, nice. Okay. So that looks good. Where's the screen again? There. So the screen is in and it fits. I'm so happy about that because I've printed the part like 3 times now. So I don't want to print it anytime soon. And that's pretty good. So for not having, I didn't have the part before that. So you can see a small like flash of the metal screen bezel, but otherwise I'm pretty happy with that. So nice. This is going to be a sweet looking console if I can make it work. I have no idea. Okay, so maybe let's put the screen to safety again. I don't know. I don't need the touch screen, so maybe I really can remove that. Is it glued on? Maybe. Is it removable? I mean, it looks like it. There's a nice QC chip on it, but I really don't need that. So maybe to save some room, I could reuse that for something else, but I have the screen, so I can't use the touch thing. So let me find the right tool for removing the screen, the touch screen thing. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free. Just ask. This is not what I was looking for. Yeah, where is it? Yeah. So I have this iFixit tool that allows you to remove stuff safely, hopefully. So there's probably like a glue on the metal screen. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it moving. There we go. Okay. Okay, we don't want to. Oh well, we can. That's stupid. Anyone else rooting for me to break it? It would be so annoying. Okay. So let's be really careful here. Maybe I can pull it off already. I can hear the glue releasing. Common cathode 7 segment. Nice. I think I have 1 or 2 of them laying around somewhere. So what's your project? What's your plan? Oh, that would be great. If I can just reuse the glue. I know the feeling of broken pins, bent pins, when you expect something cool and then you open it and see, it's close to damaged. It's still usable and you can rebend it and everything, but it's still annoying. As long as you don't get the letter and it's empty because it fell out. So okay, so now that I got rid of the that's a snug fit. That's awesome. And now that I don't use this one, it's like it's hanging a lot more, so that's cool. Nice. Okay, it's glued in and I forgot the heat treatment of the plastic. Crap. Okay, I got it released, so. Let me do the heat treatment quickly. No, that doesn't make sense like that. Sorry for the belly pig. What am I doing? So, why is everyone watching? Have you seen it on YouTube or because I didn't make an announcement on Twitter or something? I'm just curious to know stuff like that. I'm trying not to hold it too long into the heat, so just make the white spots disappear and let it cool down. And then just choose another spot that looks white and then attack this. So So it's like thinking in 5 dimensions. It's like looks better. So let's see. Let's put the display back in. Ah, I forgot the Earth. How could I? I live on it. Okay. Cool. Where's my dummy Raspberry Pi? Howdy, Brian. Oh god. What was I? What did I want to say? What names? I think it was Siobhan and Sergi. I'm waiting for the response. Did I do it right? Was it okay? Okay, I don't know how to pronounce the 3 A's, but yeah, okay. Awesome. Yeah. That was maybe not the best thing to watch all the time. I was in an interview, like I've seen so many interviews of her and other persons, and this morning I was like wasted an hour or so on interviews between people. There's this actors on actors thing where they just talk about their movies and interview each other. It's pretty cool. Oh, there's plastic in my water. That's not good. Anyway. Sersha? Okay. Yeah, good luck with the takeaway, TextMate. Cool. Ah, okay, nice. Yeah, so if I'd ever see her on the airport or something like that, I know what I could say, but I wouldn't because I would be like starstruck. I don't talk to celebrities. When I see them, I wouldn't do anything. I don't understand how people can go to the stars and say like, "Hi, can we do a selfie?" And I'm like, nah, good to see the person, but that's it for me. Okay. So, once again, I forgot everything what I was doing. I don't have a plot for the whole thing, so I just want to put parts together and hope that they fit. So I need to find out how they fit together, so that's interesting to do. I'll just unwrap everything. Let's see where it can go. You can always say hi to me on the airport. Oh, oh. I was like, oh no, I don't. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh no, I have to unsolder the USB cap. No, no, I don't. That's neat. Someone is thinking, so. Okay, that's cool. I have no idea how to hack in the diodes into the matrix, into the button thingies. Totally forgot that, and I was like, wait a second, don't you need diodes for not ghosting? And yeah, you do need them. And Ben Hack had diodes on his PCB, but I didn't see them before. I was like, wait. So whenever you do a project like that and you film it, please tell everyone that you've used diodes, so everyone who wants to rebuild it knows. Okay, so this one fits. I think I'm doing the same like they did, like put everything on the back side. It's gonna be tough because of the clearance. So what might be interesting is putting the Raspberry Pi Zero here. Where's my dummy Pi Zero? Is my earth cable long enough? It can be. What you posting, text mate? Number 4 search results on YouTube? For what? Ah, for okay. Well, so what are the other 4? Maybe Ed Ohms. He could be on the top ones. Then maybe the announcement of Ben Heck. Okay, so it's my dummy. Maybe I can put it here. And then I could use... well, I don't want to use the ports. I'm not sure if you can use the display in the mode and then have also have the HDMI working, so we'll see about that. Okay, I definitely have to trim these. Okay, what else is there? What's the boost? Battery. I think the Hack Like Hack video that I made, the audition tape, was like well received, so, and I think that's mostly because of the Hackgiver sketch. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Is there anyone else planning to stream today? Oh, streaming setup looks good. Nice, I just saw that. Yeah, I just just compromised. No. Made it smaller. It's like 1280 by 720 now. The German Alexa. Ah, right, yeah, I used Alexa, but I don't have it set up to English. I could, and I thought about it, but at that point it was German, so I thought it was clear what I would say, like Lüfter an, and then a fan turns on, so oh, that will be punk to solder. Okay, so the cartridge reader would be right in the middle. The display goes like this, so maybe I can do something like this, turn the USB towards the reader. And my camera isn't filming anymore. I should probably film this while I make a plan for the whole setup. I have to change the batteries and then hit start filming again. So maybe I can pull the camera a bit closer again. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why the screen wouldn't show, why it wouldn't turn on my camera, but the screen was flipped, so I wasn't looking at the screen. Okay, that should be all right. Right. Okay, and we are back on track. I'm just recording the whole setup like so that I can see where I want to put the parts and everything. Hope it's bright enough. I don't think it's bright enough. Yeah. Okay, this one goes like that. And it's pretty flat. So the worst case scenario would be that I have to like add 2 or 3 millimeters to the case and make it a wee bit bigger. Then I'd have to reprint everything, but worst case scenario is a worst case scenario. So okay, we have the pins like that. The pi 0 would be cool to have the length like almost the same, like so we don't have any issues with the frequencies and the length of the cable. I'm not sure how fast it is and if it's really an issue, but I've heard stuff. There's a reason why Ben Hack's ROM hack didn't work, the N64 expansion pack. Oh no, I just ripped it off. Okay, so that's not why I had 2 packs of the amplifiers. Okay, so it looks like there's enough room to put everything in. I don't think there's any doubt by now. I can still put stuff down here, and I have 2 batteries that I could put left and right, and they should be balanced right now. Just need to see them, and then I can get them over here. I think they're in one of the boxes. Nope. No, there they are. Okay, so I have this one. I hope I will never regret that I gave you the moderator rights. Yeah, no worries. Okay. So I think when I designed the case, I've put those in the, yeah, because this is too wide. Okay, so let me just maybe try to put them, pull them apart. Just try to remove the tape first by not using any knives. It makes sense. You don't want to go and attack your battery with something pointy, so don't do that. Okay, so let's cut the tape. There's probably a controller inside, like the protection chips. And I haven't tried to charge it, or I don't even know what the operating voltage of those are, so I need to test that. So worst case scenario is like it's 7.2 instead of 7.4? No, 7.2. 4, whatever. Like 2 cells, I think it's, I hope it's like 1 cell in total. Just get up a multimeter and we So anyone doing any projects right now or plans for later? Oh no, I can't remember that. I don't remember that. I mean, no. There was something completely off, like oh. Okay, so I don't get any. What is that? Oh, that's just waste. Yeah, Bluetooth camera trigger. That's cool. I don't think it's pointless. I mean, you can remotely trigger your camera, I guess. The range of Bluetooth is fine for that. I had a project where I used the 433 megahertz. Yeah, I tried to use those, and it worked kind of cool. And I did some cool pictures with at the wedding of my boss. So, yay! Yeah. It's crazy cheap these days. Okay, so there's probably something that protects the... Yeah. Okay, so how can I find out what the actual voltage is, if they are connected or not? Let's just try to find out what's on the board. Okay, so is this... No, it's not. So, let's see. As you can probably see, the center ones are connected here. Is there a fingernail detection for focus? Like, it sees where you point to? That would be cool. So I'm not sure if there's an distance measuring thing in the camera or not. Anyway, those are connected, and you might be able to see that the one side is minus, negative, and the other one is plus, positive. So they are connected, and this is indeed a 7.2. Why is it so hard for me to add 3.7 and 3.7? It's 7.4. Just doesn't sound right. All right, the other one is... No, it's not 11.2. I don't know where the 0.2 comes from, but I think it's... I always want to say 0.2. 4.2. The charging. I'm not sure about anything. So there's the minus, and there's the plus minus. Both are connected. .4 and 2.8, so I definitely have to charge them. So maybe I'll take those. No, they aren't the right size. So what do I do? I hope this battery is just enough then. But it's just one. What size are the batteries? Like dimensionally, or? This one is a 2.5 not milliamp. That's a 2.5 amp hour battery. That's the one I got for that's the one I got from the Benhek bill of material. So, but it's just one, so I don't know where to put it so that it's not like I'm falling to one side because it's heavier there. And those are almost the same. It's like 2350 milliamps, but it's 2 that size. So I'm not sure if they are recoverable if they're that size, like 2.4 and 2.8. And I add some LED. Yeah. Oh, LED. Okay, yeah. Wait, that doesn't make. Ah, okay, for the weight. Yeah, okay. I was trying it. I figured it out. Okay. Okay, let's be real here. I don't know if the batteries are fine. Like maybe one is a bit more broken than the other, and when I put them together to make it one cell, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. So yeah, I'll use that in another project, and then I'll see how far I get with the one that I got from Ben Heck. Okay. No, that's not the right part. So maybe I'll try to glue together what I need. Put the display back in. It's a power boost. I think that was that. Right. I'm not sure if there's any playtime needed. I don't think they gave any times, but it's the same hardware for everyone, so it's even the same hardware that they used, so they probably think it's a good size of a battery. I don't know, maybe it's like 3 or 4 hours and then you have to recharge it. I have no idea how much the display takes, so what does a display take like that? It's like I think I've checked that, and I was surprised that it's like less than LEDs, or the LEDs of the background take the most of the current. So okay, I think I'll just glue together the bottom part, and then I'll start to program and find out how the cartridge reader, how I can get the data from the cartridge reader and get the actual games to download into a ROM file on a Raspberry Pi, because I did that only on the Mac, and I don't put a Mac inside this one, so I need to figure that out. But there's a script by Paul Stoffregen. He does the Teensy, so he has this little hey, here's the C file that you can compile like that, and then you can test your USB speed, serial speed. And I thought, hey, that's great. And with that script, I was able to download the cartridge files for like 10 games or so. Put a Mac in there. Maybe next time? I don't think so. I mean, if there's a way to get a Hackintosh onto a Raspberry Pi, B3, B+, 3B+, we can talk about that again. Okay, so I've had this already. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to. So the printer does its turn around the edges, and sometimes it's like a bit more round than you want it. So I just remove some plastic here so I can better put it together and then glue it. I had a better knife for that. It's also smaller. Yeah, so about this project I'm a bit unsure if I can really pull it off, because I've never done a Raspberry Pi handheld before. I know the basics, the principles and everything, but this is my first build, so yeah, it's a bit ambitious. Where's the knife? It's on the other table. No. Okay. Thanks, Brian. That wasn't the best way to get rid of the not so sharp parts of your cutting knife. Ah. I still need to cut the latest parts that I did, like in the copy shop where we did the screens. So yeah, I was filming all the machines and filming what he was doing, and I need to put that in. Hopefully not to, yeah, hopefully I don't cut out that much of him, so he can feel a bit honored that he was part of it, because he can be. He did a really cool job with these screens. So yeah. Okay, I have no idea how to glue that or clamp that. I'll just start with the glue. And he's back. Okay. What should I use? Epoxy, liquid glue, super glue, ultra gel. That's the same one. Okay, it seems like I have options. That's cool. Much overlap. There isn't that much overlap. There's like a 2mm thing. So go and hide to the dogs and to your daughter, by the way. So, oh, I'm holding it the wrong way. Focus. Yeah, super glue will be fine. I think they are all super glue, but super glue is super glue. I just read what you've read. Okay. Should I tape it? I don't think so. Okay. There's a warning on it, and it says like danger. It will glue your hands in seconds. So let's not do that. But well, that's a lot of glue. Okay, let's not glue it to the table. Fingers crossed. Okay, fingers crossed, but let's hope I don't glue the fingers while they're crossed. No, I'm just holding it, so we'll be fine. Okay, I'm playing the human clamp right now. Would be cool to have the spray that makes it glue, yeah, makes it dry quicker. Yeah, if I'm broken. So whenever I get like too quiet, just type in the chat like, speak up. The microphone is over there. We should be fine. I see the thing turning. Okay. It's not dry, but it's. I think it's good to go for the second half. Sound levels are good. Yeah, sometimes I'm like talking, not talking into the microphone, and I don't want to scream because it's getting later and later. So yeah. Okay, this looks like I'm putting too much glue on here, but I'm trying to touch the glue with the other half, then let it breathe for a short second, and then just put them together again. Okay, so as long as you can understand my mumbling, everything is fine. Great. Okay, that looks neat. Okay, so the next thing that I'm... Oh, the camera stopped. Don't tell me that. Can't be. It says the card is full. That's a 64 gigabyte card that I've emptied a week ago. So, didn't you say you're off to a takeaway run? Live streaming in a different language. Yeah, that's kind of hard. Especially, I like to think about the sentence that I speak before I start them, like I did just now, and wow, it got better. So the whole speaking English thing, I was in America like 2 years ago now, and then I was there for 4 weeks or so. So that got, no, that wasn't 4 weeks. That was like 2 weeks or so. But we had to talk English all the time, so that got the whole speaking English thing refreshed again. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know, it helps to just watch everything in English. Like when I go to the movies, it's like always English. I don't go to German movies, so there's no way I can run into a like synced, like a German movie that is synced in English. Is there something like that? I think the Germans are the ones that have the biggest culture of synchronizing movies. Absolute Giganten. Yeah, there's also this thing going with German titles. So whenever there's a movie coming out, we tend to put on a German catchphrase, like what was it? Bridesmaid? I don't know. It's like getting ridiculous, and sometimes it's replacing English words with other English words. But yeah, Goodbye Lenin. Not synced. Oh. Goodbye Lenin is a really good movie. There's we have this thing going, like there's always this rom-com market that the Germans like. Like there isn't much more German. I don't know. There's no sci-fi, of course, and there's what else is there? Just comedy stuff mainly that gets into the theaters. Interesting. Absolute Giganten. Is that a new one? Just sounded like a movie title for the old movie with the giant woman. Oh, do you mean Absolute Giganten? Like the plural, not the female version? Probably. Okay. I'm not sure what movie that is. It seems to be with an E. Okay. I don't remember that one. I don't think I've seen that one. Oh. Yeah. So much for not promoting on Twitter. I'll retweet the tweet. Thanks for that. I just didn't announce it because it's like the whole. I'm going to stream the whole weekend, I guess. Like that's my backup system for filming. Because as you can see, my camera is already full. No, it's not bending. Could try putting some glue in there. Like there's this little gap between the parts. Maybe in the red, the pinkish one. Focus. We'll see about that. So, if I recall correctly, those buttons won't fit anymore. I need to shave off a bit of the colorful plastic because I don't have any travel length of the shoulder buttons. So, what would be the best way? I could also try to reprint the buttons, make it a bit smaller. But then I have to figure out or file everything down again because everything was a bit yeah, everything needed a bit of work. But I wanted to touch up the files anyway, so maybe I'll do just that. That's the problem when you don't put everything together while printing. Okay, so the plan was that the this little wobble would push on the where's the button pad here? Push this button. And is it that one? Yeah, it should be that one. So at first I wanted to have the button over here, and I didn't design it really well, so I had to do it like this. And when you hold it here, you have you can then click the shoulder button. Oh, that's a bit tough. Okay, maybe like this. Where's the button? Okay, clicks like that. No. So that's the plan for the shoulder button. But yeah, probably needs a bit of work. Because this isn't moving. Oh well. So what else can we do? Those I can reprint tomorrow, because the printer would probably run half an hour anyway, at least. Did I just rip this up? No, okay. This is the first time I'm holding it like it's supposed to be. That's pretty cool. Okay, where's the right the screen? Let's try that. Let's pop out the screen again and just get the plastic frame, and then I'll try to make the button things fit. Should drink something. Tea is already cold, but I'm stewing for an hour already, I guess. 1.5. Oh. Table football. That's quite something. I like that. When I was studying at the university, one of my friends from IT, he was actually I think in the German national team of table football players. So whenever we went into a bar, that was quite something to play with him. And I've tried to take a close look and see how he plays. He was really fast. Nice mug. Oh yes. Did you see that it's a Guinness mug? I think you saw that. My sister was studying in Dublin, and she worked in the Temple Bar. She was collecting glasses from drunk guys. Empty glasses. Foosball, right. Well, we call it foosball as well, like F-O-O-S-E. Right, there's an E missing, so... Yeah, about that mug. I just saw it and thought, okay, that's a really good size for coffee and tea as well. So I bought it for that, and when I got back there, I've bought another one. So I have 2 mugs. This is actually the one that doesn't look that cool. I have the other one with the bird on it as well. That's a bit more colorful. But yeah, I really like those mugs. Okay, that might be enough. Please be enough. It's going to be tricky. It was a fun time when my sister was studying there. We were able to visit her on St. Patrick's Day, and there was an interesting event, like the whole way too crowded pub and the shifting through people with the hand on the shoulders, like excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, and yeah, I was also a bit surprised by the whole not public drinking. It's different here in Germany, and I think it's probably better to not publicly drink, because we have this beer fest here in Berlin, where there are like many sorts of beer served in the public. It's like they've closed the street for that, so there are like all beer. There's all kinds of beer from around the world, and there are so many drunk people. That's actually pretty annoying. Like, some people just don't know their limits, or they know and ignore it. Yeah. But that's Berlin, so pub life. But the live bands in the Temple Bar were always cool. And I think you can listen to Galway Girl for like in every bar for, I think every band plays that like 10 times the night. Not too long ago, maybe 4 years. Some would consider that long, but yeah, I think it's probably the same time I haven't been to Dublin as well, because my sister also doesn't study there anymore, and she now lives in America, so that time is gone. It's over. Okay, now I have... Do you say earworm? I think you say earworm. Yeah. Galway Girl is running in my head now. Not the... well, actually, no, it's also the red-haired guy's version. But before Ed Sheeran, there was this... what was the movie called? Was it also Galway Girl with Jennifer Garner and the gladiator guy? Oh, the kebabs were good. Yeah. There isn't a good kebab close to my home place, so I really had that craving the other day. I need to find a good place again. You're always concerned that the meat you're eating isn't good. There's this whole grey flesh thing, grey meat, where you don't get the fresh stuff, and it's like the whole meat is held in a temperature that isn't good for the meat. But yeah, normally you're fine. Ignorance is a bliss. Exactly. You don't want to know, you want to eat it, you know that it might get a bit rough inside you, but it will pass, and you're still a lucky man because you had to keep up. Yeah. Okay, so do I have a file close? Yes. Keep up. So now it's my turn. What was good in Ireland? Is there any special something to eat that it's... I don't remember what I had there. It was mostly sandwiches and the British stuff. I was at Hof, where there are the seals and the big cliffs and everything, and I remember that I had a tea there that was good, but it was just a Lipton tea, not really good food, I guess. Yeah. Well, I wasn't there for any culinary things. I was there to visit my sister, so that was fun. Oh, okay, food in general is decent, yeah. I'm always trying to figure out what I was saying like 20 seconds ago. So, I'm sorry. I wouldn't say your food is bad, because I don't think I ate that much classic Irish cuisine. Yeah, nothing noteworthy, nothing like when you go to Philadelphia you have to eat cheesesteak, or in Germany you have to try the Haxe or whatever, or Österreich the Schnitzel, the Austria, sorry. Excuse my German. Philly cheesesteak. That's something that's, you know, it's not good for you, but it's so good for you. It's really tasty stuff. Yeah, but it's American food, so that's like everything in America is comfort food, I guess. Good for the soul, yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff in America that it's just there because of convenience. And I mean, I was there for 4 weeks and I really felt how my body was degrading more and more. That wasn't like, in the end it was like really bad, but that was my fault because I didn't move that much. And yeah, it's like the unexpected makers, yeah. Xeon. Well, I've practiced my pronunciation of Irish names, so I totally forgot your name, the pronunciation of it. I mean, I'm sorry. What can I do? Okay. Yeah, the whole the prices of anything you want to eat. I mean, it's cheap. It feels, the whole you don't want to cook because it's like cheap enough to just to have takeout or buy something there. Xeon, yeah. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. And about all that apologizing, I wanted to print out something that says like, don't apologize, next to the camera. That's something I don't like when I see a video of someone who hasn't posted in a while, and then there's this 1 minute long apology about how he wasn't able to film stuff and he's so sorry for it. I'm like, start the video. I don't care. I'm happy you're back, but I don't need this. Yeah, Canadian. Who's Canadian? I was in Canada. Canada was cool. They also have food that is Canadian food, so. What's Irish food? Guinness. Sorry. Yeah. Maybe the tough stuff, the Talamodoo, and whatever is there. Whatever else there is to drink. Oh, there was Balmus? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not Canadian, right? Apologize for everything. Yeah, that was a joke on the travel bus we took, like the sightseeing bus in Toronto. Irishman. Yeah. It's probably something else. I remember that there was some fast food store that was quite good, and I think that's just Irish. I don't know. Sometimes this is something that you remember. Like there's I've never been to In and Out. That's like the best burger you can get on the West Coast, and on the East Coast, Five Guys, I think. I'm not sure if they're comparable, but I liked the Five Guys burgers. They were nice. Supermax. Yeah, I think that's the burger thing, right? Or was it the chicken place? No. I don't know. It's been a while. Okay, I don't think that makes any sense, but I'm trying to just sip in some glue here in the edges this time because I had to cut off a lot of the corners, so so Michael, you're another Irish guy on the stream, I guess, then, when you say "our." Ah, Dublin. Okay, nice. I think I still remember like most of the whole city thing, like where to go, what way. The river, yeah, the river in the center, and then there's the spear, and I think there was a maplin as well in some corner, like on the other side of the not the temple bar side, but the other side. Then there was a maplin. I'm not sure. Mr. Make Me Laugh, Eric. Now I can say Eric because I was about to write the other day like, "Hey Eric," and then I was like, oh, C or K. But hi Eric. I'm sorry for the name shaming. That's a theme today. So is anyone wondering what I'm doing right now, or is everything clear? With a C. Okay, great. Yeah, I think only the European area is doing like the cave thing, so it's probably my fault that I got confused. But yeah, it's but for me it's like the same with Philip. Whenever there's a Philip in Germany, you start to wonder: is it a Philip with one L, two L's, one P, or two P's? Gladly no F. It's mostly PH, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is looking nice. Hmm. But there are Erics with a C in Europe as well, so that's the whole. Yeah, one of my buddies from. Um, that's a tough German word to translate. I was in the army once, but it wasn't like I wasn't a real soldier, but I was like someone who was forced by the government to be a soldier, and one of my soldier buddies was also an Eric with a K. Yeah. And then there were two guys that were named like my father and my uncle. Yeah. And my other uncle is called Knut, and Knut and Eric are like almost close to each other, so it's kind of weird to have my family members as soldier friends. We weren't really soldiers. There was like only the training for 3 months, and then it was like 6 months sitting at the desk trying to play something on the computer, but it was mainly like we had the flipper. It was like, I think it was Windows 98 installed on that. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe XP. But yeah, we played some flipper and some solitaire. Yeah, and that was everything we were able to play on that one. We had some days where we were just painting stuff in Paint, and other days we were stamping stuff. It was like ding, ding, ding. So for every paper you got in, and every paper you've put into the files of the people, I had to make a red stamp, like a circle, and then had to write in the page number. And that was like for every soldier there came like 3 or 4 pieces of paper sometimes, and it's like for the whole group, and that was really boring. Mandatory service, yeah. I think, yeah, Danish, but I think the Danish ones had they were like real soldiers. I'm not sure. Yeah, the stories from the Bundeswehr. Oh, I mean, there's stuff happening, and then there's stuff happening. Maybe you've heard of the incident where there was training with the rifles, with the big ones, Maschinengewehr, and it was like the first time where some cell phones had the capability to film, and so people were filming that, and there was this scene where the guy who was like telling us what to do, it was not my group, but it was another one, and there was this incident where he was filmed, and the guy was like creating a scenario where they were actually in the Bronx, and then there was a shooting to imagine you're in the Bronx and there's a black van, and then somebody jumps out and talks stuff about your mother, and that thing went on YouTube, and it blew up that big that the governor, like the mayor of the Bronx wanted an apology of the German soldiers, and yeah, that wasn't good for the group. And I'm trying to find out the word Ausbilder. It's not the recruiter. Whatever the name is for the guy who's yelling at you. Yeah, so that got in the news, and a bit later there was okay. Yeah, a bit later was an incident where 3 of the there's the word again, Ausbilder. Let me Google that. Sometimes it's just one word that you need to know. CC. It's not a teacher, it's something. Handle there? No. Instructor. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I think Germany is still isn't allowed to have a real army. So it's not called an army, but like Bundeswehr, like defense. So yeah, but that time was weird. So the instructor got some shit for the, sorry for the S word. Yeah, he got some. I think in the end they just got rid of him, and oh wait, not the Russian way got rid of him, but they just said, okay, you're not in the military anymore. And at first they were like, no, we won't make him leave, but in the end they did. Yeah. And later some of my instructors died because they were in an accident with their car. So that was like 2 times when my group, the place where I was in the news, and was when I was there, but it wasn't because of me. So it was an interesting thing too. I think there's a joke like about the German military. It's like when there's a war situation and what's the job of the German military? It's like waiting for a real army to arrive. So yeah, but when the whole first 3 months were over, I was sent to the desk sitting job, and the first 3 months I was called a Funker, so like the guy for the radio. But I've seen like 3 radios, so, and I think I used 2, and the rest was like holding my pen or playing some games. But I think there was a company, like there was it was separated in 7 bigger groups, and the 7th one was the instruction, no, the whole learning about being a soldier thing, and then there was like, I was then in the first company, whatever. Yeah, so I did stuff, but there were also groups that had no job to do, so they were sitting in their rooms waiting for something to happen, and after 2 months they had enough money to get a PlayStation or a notebook, and then they were playing the whole time. And they had their PlayStation 2 or 3, and I had the pinball game. No. Yeah, but now there's like there's no mandatory military anymore. they think about getting it back, but I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know. The best thing about the whole mandatory military thing was when you didn't want to do that, you had the option to say, okay, I want to join the social services or whatever you can get. Like maybe you were able to deliver food to someone who isn't able anymore to get food, or you could have worked in a facility that cares for old people, stuff like that. That's also stuff that's really useful for the society, and I think that was the best part about the mandatory military thing, because there wasn't really much use for people sitting around PlayStation, of course, but also just for people like me who were managing the people who were just sitting around. So that was just a big waste of money in the end. But the cool thing was that there were people caring for other people while I was doing that. And I thought about doing stuff like that, but I'm like, when I see other people that have problems, I can't really cope with that. I can better cope with my own problems, so I went to the military. That wasn't easy as well, but yeah, it was easier for me, so I did the easier stuff. Okay, I think I need to drill this hole bigger so the button pad fits. I don't think I can add any diodes here, so the problem with that is that the A, B, C, X, Y buttons are connected with the D-pad, and then there's the common pin right here. So whenever you press two buttons, you're probably gonna press two other buttons as well. That's what diodes are for, so that you don't push many buttons in the matrix at the same time. Yeah, but the whole editing and sending the boards out and then waiting for them and solder everything, that's way beyond the deadline, I think. So I'll just put them in and maybe I can switch them later. Okay, about that drill. Wait, do I need to do that now? It's like 10 in the evening, so I'm not gonna drill something. I have to think of my neighbors that don't think of me. Yeah, the Germany and the clever people thing is, I think that's a myth. Like, you probably just hear about a lot of clever people, but maybe it's an attitude thing as well. I don't know. It's like a good stereotype if you want. But okay, and then there are other stereotypes about other countries where you think the motivation to work is a bit less. I don't know. Yes. I was a bit scared because of the display. It was wrapped in an attention anti-static, and it came in a box that had, like, here, the foam. It's like the top of it. It's more than 1 centimeter big, so I was a bit worried, and I don't have the time to just wait for another one or order one, or I don't know. So yeah, that's what the strap is for. And it's connected. It's not just wireless 1 mega ohm resistor to nothing. cool. Did you post about that, Eric, that you were in Germany? I think I remember something like that, but I'm not sure about it. Yeah, I don't use the wristband normally. That's like that was just okay. I don't want to mess this up because this project is like on a time thing. So if it happens, then I'd be doomed. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense not to post when you travel. I don't normally post stuff like that when I'm away in America. It's always like, okay, when I return, then I'll post some pics on Facebook. Maybe I'll delete my Facebook soon. I don't think I can though. Has anyone considered deleting their Facebook profiles? Or profile? Yeah, right. Only when you get home. That's what I do. I don't think I can delete my Facebook profile. I kinda would because I don't use it that much anymore. My whole electronics bubble is over on Twitter and Instagram now. Okay, Instagram is basically Facebook, but I like Instagram. I have like 1K recently there. I got there. So that's nice. But yeah, Facebook is like I don't read the whole wall. I don't see any friends posting stuff, and when I post stuff, it's like okay, there's not much resonance. Mostly there's no resonance at all. Sometimes I get likes when I say something funny, but you don't want to say something funny all the time because then, yeah, I don't know. It's probably not the right place to just talk with friends about stuff as well, but so what's Facebook for? I think the same stuff I see on Facebook I can now see on Twitter as well because all the newspapers, they post the exact same link and short description to their stuff, so that looks a bit weird. Yeah, I use Facebook for work. We have all those groups with our customers, and we just chat when there's something they need support with. And then there's the colleagues only groups where we talk about stuff. So this is probably why we couldn't get rid of Facebook. We could use something else, but we would have to kind of move everyone from our customers somewhere else too. But for everything else I have like WhatsApp. Okay, that's another Facebook company. That's a bit bad. So you could shift everything to something like Telegram or Viber. I'm not using Viber that much. I only write with my sister over Viber. Question: does anyone remember the app that was called the new social media, like last 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago, maybe? Oh, that's interesting. I can change. Ah, that's the white balancing. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. But yeah. So what was the app called again? I don't remember it. There was an app called the next Facebook. Yeah. That's the thing. You can't really replace Facebook right now. Even though it's that bad or considered bad, you need something You can't even use Google for that. So, what would you use? On the other hand, you don't use Facebook anymore, so yeah. I don't think I'll solve that problem today. Okay, cool. So, what did I do today? That's an interesting question. I just unwrapped everything, put it on the table, and glued 3 plastic parts together. Well, Okay, so you can see that there are some gaps in there. Doesn't fit like 100% on top of each other. I have to just get in with the knife a bit and make it even. MySpace was kind of cool. But on the other hand, there were people who were hacking it. No, I think everything is hackable in some sense. Yeah, MySpace was cool because of the whole adding music, and you could go to a band profile and then you could select the song and make it appear on your profile. That was kind of cool. We had StudiVZ. That was like there was some kind of clone of Facebook at that point, but then Facebook came into like got big in Germany, so that disappeared. Oh, Maya Makes is here. Nice. I'm a bit slow reading right now. Yeah. Cool. So, Clemens was it, right? Yeah. I'm botching all the names today, so that's my excuse for that. How are you doing with your console? I think you're one of the few who actually worked already on it. What's your progress? If you want to share, you don't have to. How's the build going? Well, right now I just have the plastic parts together, and I've glued them together, so I can later then add the buttons and make them work with this case. So right now, when I put the buttons in here, they don't have any travel way because it shifted a bit. So yeah, I have this going. I think this shell is shifted a bit. I think it's, yeah, I think that's because there's a little piece of plastic that is blocking, so the black border is pulling up. Oh, do we have everything? Did you get the parts? I got my parts today. Why am I not remembering everything? Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm just quickly checking the Ben Heck page. Clemens, right. Okay. But the code is not finished and I need to reprint all of the thing. Yeah, I probably have to reprint everything again, but right now I'm trying to just botch in everything and see where it needs to be, and then I'll reprint and add screw holes and everything, so I'm not too worried about the whole thing fitting together right now. Bring back GeoCities. Yeah. The border customs took the agent out. What? Oh, that's not nice. So there was a knife in there and some etchant. Okay. I only have the huge 12-inch by 12-inch copper plated PCB, and yeah, one battery. I'm not sure. Did you get 2 batteries or 1 as well? That box cutter knife, blade fully out. That's really. I hope you didn't cut yourself. Please tell me that you didn't cut yourself. So if ever anyone is wondering, Clement's IMX channel is also one of the 1 out of 10 bill of material winners. True cut etchant, okay. Yeah, no etchant either here, so. Oh man. I think if you tell the customs officers like, hey, that dude left his knife, he gets some shit for that. He's probably still wondering, hey, where's my knife? Where have I put this knife? Maybe he's like suspecting his colleagues of stealing his knife again and track him down on Twitter, send him a yeah, that's a really good idea. That's what Twitter was made for. Like annoying people and telling other people publicly about the people you have problems with. Blade fully ausgefahren. Yeah. That's not good. Maybe he dropped it. Oh, you tweeted it. Okay. You tweeted that. Twittered? I don't know. It's a made up name. Someone got Telegram. No. I have Discord and I'm not using it. I think Spacehoon is a bit disappointed that I don't use it. We could have worked on the Lameboy together and make the author 2.0 work on that. Maya makes. Yeah, I need to store in my brain that you're Clement. Without a T. And with a C, not a K. Names are weird. I mean, my official name isn't even a real name, it's a nickname for a name. But since I'm in Germany, Dave is totally fine to be in my passport, and yeah. Tweets. Oh, that's from 2000. Mr. Border Customs Officer, for the free cutter knife and my ah, thanks. Nice. Okay, that's a crappy screenshot. No, there's the camera. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, and the crack is from my screen, so that's not so good. Maybe we can get a full list of things that were in the package, because I don't know if there really is etchant in there. I don't think there was etchant in there. I mean, there's an official list, isn't there? It's a community thing. Let me check the bomb. Hack like heck. Win the bomb, see the winners. Okay, the community platform is really tough to navigate. Declare of intent. What am I supposed to build? Terms and conditions about the hack. Hack. I'm back on the same site again I was before. That's documents, the prices. Maybe in the prices. No, I think they have removed all the bill of material part. There. Okay, there. Auditions. Declaration of intent, video content. See the winners. I think they've removed the bill of material part. No, here. Free bomb kits. No, that's just the same page. What? No, I can't find it. Okay, so there was a list. Yeah. I think if you want to get the etchant, then you have to declare that you won't do anything stupid with it. At least that's what I had to do when I was ordering it in Germany. So there is now. There's an HD version of the intro and outro. That's good. Oh yeah, the Hangout. So probably on Monday there will be a Hangout where we present our stuff. So I need to work on the console a bit. So that's why I have this war zone. I have this dedicated table for the Raspberry Pi stuff. It's totally convoluted right now. But yeah, I need to work on that this weekend. But right now I'm a bit exhausted. I don't know where to go to next, what to do next. Monstrous gap. Oh, there's a license for that. A day job. Yeah, I've about the desk situation. I have 3 desks right now, and every desk looks like that right now. So I'm still figuring out how the whole setup here works, because behind me or next to me there's this IKEA wall of. Well, let me just take a small room tour. That's embarrassing. Oh right, it's okay now. So like that. So I just threw everything on here that was somewhere else before, and this is basically everything is new. The whole shelf thing, and over there is a messy table as well. That was supposed to be my work desk. Yeah. Oh Jesus, your desk. Oh yes. Yeah, I don't know. It's like tools, and I just removed stuff from. Oh, that's not good. I had to move stuff from one corner to the other, and then I was just dropping it off on the table, and yeah. So isn't that working anymore? I think it's like that. Sorry for the shaking camera. That's better. Yeah, okay. There's no cat anymore. I haven't seen it for the longest time. No. And there was a cat in this flat, but that was like, that's 3 years ago now, and the cat moved to his grandmother, if you want to say so. My flatmate had a cat, but my flatmate wasn't in my flat that often, so I was basically the owner of the cat, and I was pretty much annoyed from the cat because whenever you had it in the room at night, it was playing on top of you or was jumping from the shelf down into the bed on top of you. So if you then banned the cat from the room, it was like all night it was like scratching on the door and meow, meow. It was so exhausting. So at one point he moved out and brought the cat to his mother's place, and now the cat got even fatter and is happy, so that's fine. my soldering iron won't meow. There's well, I have a pork, so maybe it could make the pork noises at some point, but no. Yeah, 50 project. Yeah, that's totally me. 50 projects as ones, and that's why I have the whole the tiny boxes for from IKEA. They're pretty good to just throw stuff in, forget, maybe pick up later. But yeah, they're not in the way and you don't lose the parts, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, the rest is just a mess because I didn't sort it out. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not very cool to show. Yeah. It's always like you have it clean and then like an hour later when you're into something it's like the mess is there all over again, so Oh. Yeah, sleeping in the workshop. I mean, I basically do that, and I also work here, so this is my center of life, and it's a bit not sad, deprimierend. Yeah, but hey, Brian, we're talking about small spaces and a mess on tables. Yeah, it's like I have 3 desks that are messy, so one is supposed to be for work, just having everything free of the mess that I usually have on the work table, and now the work table is that much crowded that I have this war table for the whole Raspberry Pi thing. Yeah, I think you can be lucky that you have an office. When I remember my dad was soldering stuff when I was younger, he was in what's floor? Basically floor, like the corridor, like the small stuff connecting all the rooms. He was sitting, he had his whole lab in one of those shelves with doors, cupboards, whatever. He opened the door and then he was able to fold down the table, and then there was his whole lab situated in there. So on the weekend it was like me in one room, my sister in one room, and then there was the radio playing, and my sister was playing Linkin Park and I was playing something else, maybe System of a Down, and he was in the center of all the sound. He was so annoyed. Hallway, that's a good word. Yeah, hall, right. So yeah, that was a funny situation, but I was as a little boy, I was like standing there watching him, and he was explaining stuff, and I didn't get one thing. I was zoning out at one point, and I was like, okay, okay, But yeah, he was happy that someone was listening what he's doing, so that was kind of cool. And now I'm kind of in the same spot, like soldering stuff and tinkering on stuff, and yeah, that's so I'm telling him stuff now, and he sometimes zones out because yeah, oh, it's funny. Yeah. Yeah, no, he wasn't a fan of that. So my sister had this CD of there was a band that was covering Dancing in the Moonlight, and she was playing just that song for over a week. And I was like, Dancing in the Moonlight. That's just I don't know. You want to, as a child, you want to hear it loud, and then there's Dad sitting in the center of all of it. Yeah. I think my dad would be happy if I would share the whole Eisenbahn thing, the train sets. That's huge for him. I think that's like the whole fascination of the tiny trains and stuff. That was probably like an imprint. He was like, that's his stuff. Well, right now he's also playing with Arduino and making the whole Bluetooth controlled remote cars and stuff. It's pretty cool what he's doing. And normally he runs into a problem, and then I try to fix this problem, and I'm sitting there for like half an hour to an hour, and I'm like, oh god, I really don't want to say I'm sorry, I can't work it out, but then at one point I do that, and on the same day I'll get a call or a message where he's like, I fixed it. How? But he does stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Cannibal Corpse, okay. Just don't get. Yeah, I don't think I would either. Well, I think I would, but it's not my music I want to hear when I do stuff. Yeah. Ah, well. Okay, so I have the shells. What else is there to do? I mean, I need to find a spot to put everything. I really need to figure out the whole software part of the cartridge reader on the Raspberry Pi. And I think I will do that with a clear mind, and I need to find out how to stream stuff. Like I think I want to do that on the Raspberry Pi with an extra monitor. I could SSH in and try it that way, but the last time I did that, the response time was really slow. So if it's way too annoying, I won't do an SSH thing, and then I'll just program it on the Raspberry Pi. Or maybe I can program it here with GitHub and then just pull it over there, and then I'll see if it works. Yeah, my dad had the C control before the Arduinos, so that was like also programming via serial. That's I think the C control was from Conrad Electronics, so that's probably known in Europe. And yeah, so he was aware of that, and then we started to look into Arduino, and I think his first Arduino was one that I've soldered myself, and he had to fix it because it didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, Hybrid Theory was a good album. But I'm more like, I like System of a Down more, but I think that's because my sister liked Linkin Park, so yeah. System of a Down. I remember when I had like, it was not Toxicity, it was one of the newer two albums that were like, had one version of a song and then a second version of that song on the second album, Mesmerize, and what was the other name? I don't know, but I remember fondly when I had the new album in my on my headphones, and I was driving with my bicycle, and I was like, that was a great time. Yeah. Oh, and Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish. I will see Limp Bizkit live in the summer. That's going to be nice. Okay. So this is the second cartridge reader I've prepared. I'm not so sure about the crystal that I've put on there. It might be an 8 megahertz crystal, not an 60 megahertz crystal. Does anyone know how to measure crystal frequency? Yeah, the whole someone had wanted to go there and you had to follow thing. It can go the other way. I was once at a concert, mostly German bands, but my then girlfriend was like, hey, I want to go there with my friends, and you have to come across, and I was like, okay. Didn't like the band that much that I would actually want to spend money on seeing them live. But when I got there, there was the sound check of the other band that was playing there, and I was like, oh my god. And I was so happy about the other band playing there that my girlfriend got really pissed about that. I was like really celebrating the band at that point, because it was like, okay, they were singing songs about relationships that wouldn't go so well, and I was like, I'm so feeling this right now. Yeah, that was a fun moment. Okay. Well, anything else to say? I think I have a mess on the table, and that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I don't have an oscilloscope. I really wanted to buy one for the longest time, but then I got to America, and the night before the flight back to Berlin, I was in the hospital, and I had to pay like bills of about, it was like $4,000. And when you're a traveling person, so not from there, you have to pay like the private fees, and you have to pay them first before you get your money back. So I was waiting like until 1 or 2 weeks ago. I was waiting for my cash to return, because I had to pay the $4,000. That was weird, like having no money at all. Yeah, but I also started to sell stuff on Tinny, so that saved me a bit. But now everything is fine again, so I'm considering buying an oscilloscope, but I don't have one. Yeah, the healthcare thing is weird. My sister is pregnant right now, and so she could have. I mean, Germany is way better situated for this, but I mean, that's not why you move somewhere. You move somewhere because you love someone, and now she's like, yeah, she's pregnant there, so that's pricey as well, I think. But yeah. yeah, messed up situation. Yeah, but on the other hand, I was kind of glad that everything happened. It happened for a reason. I had trouble getting back, but then I went to a doctor and they found something else, and now everything is taken care of, and I'm on a good way to normal. But weird situation, but everything is great now. Babies are free in Ireland. Just saying. Yeah, I mean she was there, so. But she met her husband in the Temple Bar, and he was on a tour with John Bon Jovi. So John Bon Jovi is kind of involved in the relationship of my sister. Yeah. Prägnant. Yeah. Bedeutungsschwanger. Yeah. Pregnant of meaningfulness, which means pregnant. Well. So the cool thing about the cartridge reader that I've modified, where is it? Where did I put it? Here. So normally this wouldn't take the, this would only take the cartridges of the Game Boy. And it now fits also the Game Boy Advanced cartridges. So hopefully I can read them out. I think that's kind of cool too. I need to design this part. But then it fits like this. And this fits like this. So what I could have done is like having the cartridge like this. And having the smaller ones like look that way, but I'm not a fan of that. Especially when the bigger cartridges look like that. That's kind of stupid. So America is this thing. I've never wanted to go to America really, and then there was the Hackaday prize, I think. No, I wasn't there for the Hackaday prize, but I was able to get to Pasadena and just check out the whole Hackaday setup. So that's the first time I went there, and then I was there for work, which was funny as well because my sister was living like 15 minutes from the place I was working. It was such a weird coincidence. So I was able to visit my sister, and the whole trip got paid by work. And yeah, so now I'm concerned that I can't go back to America because my sister lives there. But yeah, it's funny how things turn. What's the Canadian dish that's so famous? I'm not sure if it's an east side, west side thing as well. I think it's something with cheese and some kind of meat. Ketchup chips. Clamato? Clamato juice. What? Oh. No, I'm not so keen on the seafood. Clam juice, okay. Poutine, right. That was, yeah. Nectar of the gods. Not poutine, I guess. Don't puke in the chat, please. Okay, Brian, when you say that I mean, except from Make Me Lab, where's who else is there? Well, hi. I've seen you on some streams before as well. Cheesy chips. I don't think the UK has anything to say about good food. Fish and chips. Sean Hot. Right, yeah, I know that guy. Yeah. He did some cool videos, like he tried to do the vlogging style and learned from that. And he produces some really good videos. Yeah. I hope that wasn't too offensive saying that UK doesn't have to say anything about food, good food, but it's mostly like really fat stuff, isn't it? King of Random, I don't think I like King of Random. AVE. I can't watch it. AVE feels a bit too much forced. Why are you screaming? The German. Yeah, okay. Yeah, bacon. Right. And beans for breakfast. I mean, that's kind of cool for 1 or 2 days. Curries, right, yeah. But is it really the UK though? Can we say that? Yeah. I mean, probably, yes. Chicken masala, tikka masala? I don't know. Ah, your caps lock is stuck. Okay, I was worried for a bit. Because your E was working and the small a was working. No. So, what time is it? Okay. It's there. I don't have the YouTube page open. Is it like 2 hours and a half now? Rip apart my good keyboard for parts. Ouch. Okay. Yeah, that's why you don't have drinks next to you. Close to your keyboard. Hacksmith. I'm not watching him either, though. I have a lot of UK YouTubers that I watch. Like James Bruton from X Robots. Pretty cool 3D printing channel. Julian, David, Big Clive, Mike's Electric Stuff. UK. I'm not counting Ireland to the UK, that's why I'm not saying Brian. I'm sorry. Well. Yeah, I was talking earlier about taking selfies with celebrities and stuff. I have a selfie with James Bruton because he was in Hanover with the Mantis guy. So yeah, I'm also a Patreon, so I was like, could we make a selfie? And I got a selfie, so yeah, that was kind of cool. I was happy about that. And I think I've met Clemens at the Hanover Maker Fair. Was it there? I've been to some, but it should be Hanover. Max Koshu. Vintage Electronics. Oh, there's a Canadian guy repairing all kinds of radio stuff and electronics, lab electronics. Yeah, you were there, right? Right, Colin Firth. Yes, of course. Well, but Clive is, I don't know, he has, when he takes stuff apart, it's like half an hour of him just talking about stuff, and sometimes he has those funny stories or just, I don't know, he's like a likable guy, I think. So I always like to watch the videos, and uh, I think I've seen the first video around 3 years now ago. That was when Hackaday published his video about the LED cells where LEDs were failing, and he was like powering them with very low current, and then you could see the mixture of LEDs, and they were brighter and not so bright. It was kind of cool. Marco Reps, I think that's the guy with the red, green, blue on the head thing. I'm not mistaken. I think I've watched him for a while. Yeah, the whole rambling and negativity thing, I think that's something I've yeah, I'll allow the comment here. Because yeah, that's pretty much what I don't like about Dave Jones anymore. Like when he gets too much, when he becomes like Thunderfoot in a way. Thunderfoot is the other guy that's complaining about the solar roadways, the solar freaking roadways. I mean, at one point it was kind of fun to watch Thunderfoot complaining about stuff, but on the other hand, you know, you feel like, okay, this is a bit annoying when you have someone like telling you all the time, ha ha ha, this is so stupid, and yeah. Yeah, that's right about the balance, I think. I mean, he always had the mailbag stuff where he just took apart stuff. That was kind of cool, and he was like pointing, okay, this is that, and look at the how beautiful the lines were designed and stuff like that. It was cool to see. Or the elemental stuff, like the fundamental Fridays. They were cool. Yeah, the science videos of Thunderfoot are good, but there's always the point where he mocks the people. Like, okay, there's some base for that because you could have calculated stuff, and then you would see, okay, that isn't very fundable idea, but yeah. Well, actually, that's not true about the meter, because I saw the Arning 8008 at EV Blog, and he was like not trash talking the thing at all. He was like, hey, that's a cool device if you don't want to use it on anything higher than 30 volts or something like that. But for the stuff I'm using it, it's totally fine. And he liked the big characters and the backlight and everything. So yeah. I don't think I need a meter. I have the Unity 61E and the Arning 8008, so they are fine. Yeah. I mean, even the cheap ones, if you just want to measure difference of voltage, so you can buy the $3 ones and compare stuff like that. It just depends on what you really need, and even if you want to just check if it's around about 5 volts that you have on there and not like 15 or -4, that's fine too. it just needs to be calibrated well. So if that isn't working out, then you're in a problem. Yeah, fluke. Yeah. I think that's a valid point that Dave Jones once said. You need at least 4 multimeters, because that's for measuring power consumption, like before and after a conversion of voltages, to measure the efficiency of the voltage regulator. Yeah, the gift of choice. My Unity was once like totally off scale. Was showing 12 volts where it actually was like 13.5, and I was turning the voltages for a, oh, what was it, an 80 tiny burner that needs 12 volts. So but I didn't break anything with that, but everything I've calibrated from that, like my power supply unit was miscalibrated as well, and then I was like, wait a second, something is wrong here, and then yeah, then I bought the voltage. There's a thing you can buy, like a voltage standard, where you can grab off 7.5 and 4 volts and stuff. You can get that for $3 or $4, and then you just calibrate it again. And I think on there are some people who bring their calibration tools onto a Maker Faire, so always have your multimeters with you when you're at the Maker Faire, so you can maybe just get it calibrated again. That's kind of cool. I need to think of that when I'm getting back to Hanover again, or maybe Berlin. 3D printing nerd has a fluke now. Yeah, I think he's like just buying stuff that makes sense for him, like because he can. He will buy the fluke, but I don't think it was necessary for that. I think the wrong value just took out the other one and measure again, right? Yeah. It seems to have missed one of my chats. Have you missed one of your chats? Ah. Oh, I missed a chat? Pretty much the same. He says he doesn't like it but clearly loves it. Okay. Pretty much the same. Cup of GP. I don't know. A video editor? What? Okay. Yeah, I see you, Eric. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, one thing, Eric, I don't think I can ever watch your streams when you're streaming like in the middle of the night, like 3 or 4 in the morning for me. I'm so sorry for that, but I'll try to watch everything that you leave offline, yeah, to watch. So the chat went on. Okay, Brian, you're confusing me. Can you please form a sentence? So maybe it's about the 3D printing nerd who has a video editor guy now. Chat window. Oh, the chat window missed something. But I actually have the OBS software open, and then there's a little border where I have the original YouTube chat open. So yeah, I don't know. Now do whatever is fine for you. It's just I wanted to apologize that I wouldn't be able to see it. 6 hours plus, yeah. If you're in the Toronto area of Canada, probably. Right now it should be 5, but we switched to 6 again. And it didn't show up. No, the chat window. Oh yeah. Messages about how big you need to be. Ah, okay. Video editor, some messages about 3D printing. Chat, as if 3D printing nerd has no one now. I have a couple of cheapy, and there's the gap. Pretty much have the same. No. Interesting. Yeah, it's not in my real YouTube chat window. Weird. I don't see it either. I don't think it was blocked. It was anti-blocked. I don't see it, but everyone else sees it. I could try to refresh the window and then. So I have like two versions of the chat open. So this one is like from OBS, and then there's the original YouTube thing. Video editor. Ah, there it is. I have a couple of chippy. At what size channel do you need before? Yeah. I think you could have like 0 followers, but if you have a buddy who wants to edit stuff, you can always do that. I had a flatmate once that was editing stuff at work, and was like, yeah, if you want to be on YouTube, I can totally edit stuff for you. And I was like, let's better not do that, because I know how it is. Like then it gets delayed because you don't want to work on it, and it's just for a friend. You don't get any money. There's no real motivation behind it. So stuff between friends can take ages, and I like editing. So is the message back? No. Okay. It's on the live chat. That's the worst part. What? Yeah, I lost track again. I need to drink something. No, I don't have time to work for someone else. I barely have time to edit my stuff. Yeah, it would be cool to do something like that, but there are so many people who actually have learned editing. Like I mean, it's a job, so there's a place where you can learn that, really. So yeah. I don't know, it depends on how you do. Well, I'm always happy when I have like those two maybe not matching videos, and then when I put them together and cut them well, they fit and make sense. And I mean, it's really tough for me sometimes to make a story just by filming and then having it in one block. Sometimes I just need some parts, some blocks, and put them together in a different direction to tell the actual story I wanted. Yeah. What I don't like is the watching parts over and over again. Like, okay, sit through this sentence, doesn't make sense in the whole thing now, and that's a bit annoying, but yeah. And what I really enjoyed the last time was making the music for the MacGyver thing. Well, the whole audition was like the MacGyver theme, a bit off, but yeah, I enjoyed that, like listening to it, and then oh my god, it's MacGyver. Yeah. And I don't think I can play that for 15 minutes, so I need to make some more music as well. Okay. Is there anyone else streaming right now? Anything I can watch? I don't think I'm gonna do something with the electronics. I'm just looking at it. Oh, okay. I was always wondering how long I'm streaming, but there's a clock down on OBS, so I know exactly how long I'm streaming for. 3 hours now. Okay, I think that's a good place to just end the stream. I'm talking for an hour about stopping the stream, so that makes sense. Yeah, thanks to everyone who joined and who was chatting with me. Cool stories.
Entschuldigung, das weiß ich leider nicht.
See? She's always there. Oh, Alexa. Schon gut.
Wunderbar.
So, let me mute her for a second. So if anyone has one, Alexa, who you gonna call? Yeah, tomorrow is the Sunday time. Sometimes she says things like, "I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you with that." And when I said "schon gut," like doesn't matter anymore, she was like saying, "Okay, wonderful." Yeah, the cool thing about Alexa when I was in America, I was like saying, "Alexa, who are you gonna call?" And Alexa said, "Ghostbusters." That was kind of fun. Yeah, my Alexa is possessed by a German woman. No, I don't think so. Yeah, there are some catchphrases you can ask her, and then she says something funny. Text-to-speech donations. You mean you want to write something funny and then the text will be spoken out loud? I've seen people do that. I don't think I want that. And I'm not so sure about donations as well. I don't think I need that right now. It's not necessary. I am currently financing all this stuff with my Tindy things and my job, so I will get money. Yeah, who doesn't want money, right? Yeah. Yeah. I can't enable it? Yeah, maybe not. So when does the dollar sign appear? Streamlabs. I don't think I want to or need to. I'm not sure. But TextMate, I think I still need to finish the RFID ESP reader thing. So yeah, if we can someday finish that, that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, you should eat something. You need the strength for building stuff. I mean, you need food. You need food. Okay, you found a comment. Did you write the comment or what was it about? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I have those ambitious projects to finish, But I kind of like the RFID ESP thing. Like just reading out the content of the cards, have it nicely displayed and stuff. That's kind of cool. So yeah. The displays from the TV box. If you want one, I can send you one. I have like 3 or 4 laying around and I'm not doing anything with them. So yeah. We can talk about that on Twitter if you want. Tea. Cake is nice, yeah. But I think my favorite food is pizza. I'm sorry. Yeah, and tea is nice. Okay. See you, Clemens, and good luck on the build. And eat something. Maybe steal something from, yeah, I don't know, relatives. Thanks to the fixies. Oh, Fixie Tubes one. Yes, the Fixie Tubes. Yeah, I wanted to put. Yeah. The plan was to put out the kits in this month, but I don't think I will this month. So maybe in April. April sounds good for that. All the screens are so nice. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the luck, and it will be tough. I haven't started one of the complicated things, so yeah, we'll see about that. But I'll stream tomorrow. I think I will stream the whole day. There's no pressure to join for the whole time, but just if you want to drop in, say hi, do it. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good night or good day wherever you are situated on the globe. What a cool world we live in. Okay, yeah, bye.